Hello everyone, this is Deepak Singhal. I welcome you all to my channel Vidya Guru, and in this series of current affairs, I'll be taking again some of the important issues of February month, sorry. And this will be the third video related to my February month current affairs. I'm so sorry for posting it so late because I was undergoing through some throat treatment. And my dear, if you are listening me for the first time, then it is just my humble request that if you can please subscribe the button which is mentioned in the right side corner, like the right bottom side, and if you press it, it will not take it will not deduct any money. But the only thing is that whenever my video will be posted, the very first notification will reach to you guys. So it will give me some kind of a satisfaction that yes, whatever I'm doing for you kids, whatever the material I'm preparing for you all, I'm getting successful in that. So as you can see in this video, I'll be focusing on the Asia's biggest air show, which is Aero India, which is which has already been, I would say, which has already been hosted in Bengaluru, and Helayanka site means Helayanka, the airport station of Bengaluru. Then we have Mohammad Shihabuddin, who is the elected president of Bangladesh, and yes, some news about the appointment of governors by our president Draupadi Murmu, and yes, the 13 states governors are appointed, and India's first drone air traffic management system and whatnot. So let's begin the session. The very first news is about the Asia's biggest air show, which is the Aero India program. Very, very important is that we invited more than 90 countries. And yes, more than 90 countries, they brought their equipments for some kind of a show in India. And my dear, it is just to show, means it is just, it is very, very, very important to mention here that the kind of participation we saw in the Aero India 2023 show, it actually shows that India is emerging as far as the international arena is concerned. India is an emerging player. So this was inaugurated on 13th February, and this is the 14th edition of it, which is conducted in Yelahanka Air Force Station in Bengaluru, Karnataka. Though the program, it was completely, I would say the program was completely it was completely compiled on 17th of February. That was the last day of Aero India show. The most important thing here is the theme of this show. As far as the theme of this show is concerned, it is the runway to billion opportunities. And the most important thing is that even the show which is prior to this show, means if you talk about the 13th edition, even for the 13th edition, the tagline, the theme was same. 98 countries participated here, and they generally participated, not just participated, but they also signed the memorandum of understanding worth rupees 75,000 crore. As far as, if you will ask me, sir, what India displayed here, as far as the India pavilion is concerned, 115 Indian companies, they displayed 227 products which are made in India. Like the light combat aircraft Tejas Mark 1 is the main attraction of these products. Very, very important. Yes, apart from that, the Hindustan Aeronautics Limited also showed the HTT-40 trainer air show. And according to this HTT-40, it will train the pilots as far as the supersonic, as far as the Mark 1, Mark 2 aircrafts are concerned. It will provide some kind of a training. And my dear, it is completely based on our previous trainer, which is Marut. So it is completely based on Marut, and Marut is our, it is our previous, I would say, training aircraft, Marut, and it is completely based on it. And yes, beta, Marut is also the name of Hanuman. And this is also the reason that why for the initial days, the Hanumanji was posted over the tail of HTT-40. The significance of this is that it will help integrate domestic MSME and startups into the global supply chain. It will also attract the foreign investments, including partnerships for co-development and co-production. And my dear, it will prove to be a great contribution to the development of aerospace and aviation sector. Very, very important. Then we have the next important news. It is about Bangladesh. Mohammad Shihabuddin has been elected as the 22nd president of Bangladesh on 13th February. And my dear, he was the only candidate to file his nomination, even after the time for nomination and withdrawal was over. The term of the current president Abdul Hamid, it will end on 23rd of April, and after that we will have President Mohammad Shihabuddin. This is Mohammad Shihabuddin. He served as a president of Bangladesh already for 2 consecutive terms. I'm talking about Mr. Hamid because it is mentioned in the constitution of Bangladesh, which does not allow any person to hold the presidency for more than 2 terms. Yes, it does not allow any person to hold the presidency for more than 2 terms on a stretch. And he also he has already served as the president of Bangladesh for 2 consecutive terms. I'm very sorry for that. As far as Muhammad Shihabuddin is concerned, he was born in Pabna in 1949, and he was also the one who participated in the Liberation War of Bangladesh in 1971. Very, very important. And it is after the assassination of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman on 15th of August 1975, along with most of his family members, he was imprisoned for several years. He is also a member of Awami League Advisory Council. The capital of Bangladesh is Dhaka. Prime Minister is Sheikh Hasina, and the president is now Mohammad Shihabuddin, whereas the taka is the currency of Bangladesh. Then we have Khelo India Youth Games. And if you guys were listening to me very clearly in one of my videos of January or December month, I displayed that, I showed you this, that the Khelo India Youth Games are going to be organized in Madhya Pradesh. And if you will look, already the other 4 editions of this game, the other 4 editions were either won by Haryana or Maharashtra. So we all were speculating that what will happen in the 5th edition. And the same thing culminated. Yes, the Khelo India Youth Games culminated on February 11th. And in this, Maharashtra topped the medal tally with 161 medals, whereas it was followed by Haryana. Again, Haryana stood at 2nd place with 128 medals. The host country was Madhya Pradesh. The theme song was Hindustan Ka Dil Dhadka Do, whereas the participation of girls in these games was about 40%. Very, very important. This is just a map showing all the the states who participated here. Like the first state is Maharashtra, second is Haryana, third is MP. But my dear, the most important is this slide. It was hosted from 30th January to 11th of February. And for the first time, some of the water sports like kayaking, canoeing, salam, and fencing were the part of this edition. And these 8 host cities of MP were Bhopal, Indore, Jabalpur, Gwalior, Ujjain, Maheshwar, Mandla, and Balaghat. I have already covered all of this in my January month video. This is all the other 4 editions, including this year edition also. If you can see, the very first edition was conducted in 2018 in Delhi, whereas the winner was Haryana. In the second edition, winner was Maharashtra. In the third edition, winner was again Maharashtra. In the fourth edition, Haryana was the winner. And in the 5th edition, again Maharashtra is the winner. So the other country, the other state will be a runner-up state. This is just a unique combination. If you can click it out. Then we have the other current affair. It is talking about Mr. Nikos, who has been elected as the new president of Cyprus. Yes, you have judged it very correctly. Cyprus is that country which is located in the Mediterranean Sea, which is claimed by Turkey and Greece. And very recently, our foreign minister S. Jaishankar was on a trip to Cyprus. And in that trip, he made promises to Cyprus to protect its integrity. And as far as Mr. Nikos is concerned, he won with 51.9% of vote, while his opponent, Mr. Andreas, he took just 48.1% of vote. More than 72.4% of the people voted in Cyprus this time, which is higher than before. Very, very important. This is Mr. Nikos. And he was also appointed as a government spokesperson in 2014 and the foreign affairs minister in 2018. He is supported by the Democratic Party of Cyprus. So what is Cyprus? Where it is located? It is an island country in the Eastern Mediterranean Sea. Very, very important. It gained its independence from Britain in 1960. And from 1960 onwards, this country is claimed not only by Turkey, but also by Greece. Capital of Cyprus is Nicosia. Currency is Euro. And now the president is Mr. Nikos. Then we have the other important current affair. President Draupadi Murmu appointed the new governors in 13 states. Whereas what are the important provisions related to governor? Then you have this complete list of articles related to governor. Article 153 talks about the governors of states. 154 talks about the executive powers of state. And 155, it talks about appointment of governor by a president. So it is very, very important for you, if you are the student of Indian polity, then kindly have a look over all these articles from 153 to 163. Very, very important articles, my dear. Now let's get back to the slide. So President Draupadi Murmu appointed 13 new governors while accepting the resignations of Bhagat Singh Koshyari as the governor of Maharashtra and of Radha Krishnan Mathur as the lieutenant governor of Ladakh. Who were these governors? Governors like Mr. Kevalia Trivikaram Parnaik, who's retired and the governor of Arunachal Pradesh, Lakshman Prasad Acharya, governor of Sikkim, C.P. Radhakrishnan, governor of Jharkhand, Shiv Pratap Shukla, governor of HP, S. Abdul Nazir, governor of Andhra Pradesh, Gulab Chand Kataria, governor of Assam. And now there are some changes of the states of some current governors. For example, Biswabhushan Harichandan, who is the governor of Andhra Pradesh, now has been appointed as the governor of Chhattisgarh. Anusukya Ukei, who was the governor of Chhattisgarh, now has been appointed as the governor of Manipur, and so on. And these are some of the important articles related to governor. Then we have Rashtriya Sanskriti Mahotsav 2023, which has already begun in Mumbai. And it was inaugurated by Bhagat Singh Koshyari before submitting his resignation letter at Azad Maidan Church Gate in Mumbai. The event was organized by the Ministry of Culture, Government of India from 11th to 19th February. Now it is almost end. In order to promote, the aim is to promote national unity, integrity through cultural exchange. This is how the Rashtriya Sanskriti Mahotsav 2023 began. Then we have the another important current affair related to Amrit Tax. Amrit Tax 2023. Amrit Tax 2023, what is it? It has been inaugurated by our communication minister, Mr. Ashwini Vaishnav. As far as the Amrit Tax 2023 is concerned, it is a national philatelic exhibition on 11 February in New Delhi. Okay, it was a 5-day Mahakumbh. This 5-day Mahakumbh of stamps in hall number 5 Pragati Maidan was organized as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. The theme of this exhibition includes Amrit Mahotsav of Independence, New India, Women Power, Youth Power, Nature, Wildlife, and Culture and History of India. The stamp has been prepared from the best entries of National Comprehensive Design Competition in which more than 4 lakh students participated. This is the Amrit Tax 2023. If you will ask me something about the India Post, then it is a central postal system of India established before independence in 1854. It works under Ministry of Communication, and Indian postal system is one of the most widely distributed networks in the world. And this is also the reason that why India Post has been converted into a payments bank. Then we have India's first drone air traffic management system. And the Union Minister for Road Transport and Highways, Mr. Nitin Gadkari, unveiled the country's first drone air traffic management system, which is Sky UTM. It is developed by Sky Air, and the Sky UTM is a cloud-based air traffic management system that integrates unmanned air traffic with manned aviation airspace. This is how it was, I would say, inaugurated. India's first drone air traffic management system. The system is capable of handling about 4,000 flights per hour, very, very important. 96,000 flights per day, very impressive. Sky UTM is designed to provide situational awareness, autonomous navigation, risk assessment, and traffic management to all the drone and other aerial moving operators in the airspace. The Sky UTM captures over 255 parameters of UAV and stores them in its black box, which is published systematic description of entire flight. It has operated over 300 successful beyond visual line of sight drone flights till date. Then we have another important bill introduced by US, And the bill was introduced to promote peaceful resolution of conflict between China and Dalai Lama. Now the question must be coming in your mind. So what is that connection which America enjoys as far as China and Dalai Lama is concerned? But America is always keen on touching all those important things which are notly the issues which will definitely affect their competitive economies. But by doing such things, America tries to display as if America is a world power and America controls the world. So US lawmakers have introduced a bill in the House of Representatives and the Senate that outlines US policy for the open dialogue between China and the Tibetan spiritual leader Dalai Lama. It calls for the independence of Tibetan people. Can you read it? It calls for the independence of Tibetan people and peaceful resolution of their differences regarding Tibet. Now, what I'm getting, have you ever heard? It was some kind of a speculation done by the 4-star military journal of America that in 2025 might be China and America will be fighting with each other. And if you are very much keen on, and if you are having a good, I would say, command over international relations, then you must have get at this point that in 2022, the House of Representatives Speaker Nancy Pelosi, when she was the speaker, she visited Taiwan. So Taiwan issue was escalated in 2022. In 2023, they are trying to escalate the Tibetan issue. What they are doing? They are trying to make China depressed. They are trying to make China weak. They are trying to escalate the internal matters of China so that the China should not be in a position anymore to fight with America. This is how Americans do something like that. This is the reason why the world has started, yes, this world has started hating Americans because of their policies. This is how the bill was introduced. Then we have Quad. The Quad countries launched the Quad Cyber Challenge, and we know that in the Quad grouping, we have 4 countries, India, Australia, America, and Japan. They have recently launched the Quad Cyber Challenge to strengthen the cyber security. The main objective is to strengthen the cyber security system in the Indo-Pacific region, and the 4 countries will jointly make efforts to improve the cyber security. This is how the Quad will run, and if you can see, this is how these 4 countries will remain connected. And the ocean which you can see here, it is the Pacific Ocean. And the Quad was actually formed in order to improve, in order to show that the oceans cannot be controlled. If you can see here, if you can zoom the map, then if you can see very clearly here, this is Taiwan. This is Taiwan, and this sea is the South China Sea. And here we have a 9-dash line. According to China, the 9-dash line makes the complete South China Sea the territory of China. So by making the Quad group, we are trying to, means these 4 countries, they are trying to make such a system in order to, I would say, compete, which will compete the hard politics of China. So this is how the Quad dialogue will run. As far as the Quad is concerned, my dear, the National Cyber Coordination Office, along with the National Security Council Secretariat, is coordinating with the Quad Cyber Challenge on the behalf of India. Means on the behalf of India, this organization will be participating. And the most important thing is about the Indo-Pacific region. You just want to make the Indo-Pacific region free, peaceful, and open to all. So as far as the Quad is concerned, the concept of Quad was given for the first time by the Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe in 2007. And the group is now seen primarily as a group countering Chinese influence in the Indo-Pacific region, because the Indo-Pacific region is the new future. The 2022 Quad Summit was held in Japan, if you can remember all of that. Even our Prime Minister visited Japan. And it was only that time when the Japanese it was only that time when the Prime Minister of India and the President of America, they signed some some kind of a pact on technology transfer. If you remember that, very recently the DRDO chief, the chief of ISRO, all of them visited to America in order to sign some kind of a document. If you remember that document, kindly Kindly let me know in the comment section if you are listening my video clearly. And yes, if you like it, my dear, kindly like it and share it as much as possible. The lithium reserves, yes, the most important news is about the lithium reserves and how much the lithium reserves of about, if it is mentioned here, no, it is not mentioned, but the lithium reserves of about 59 lakh ton have been found in the Riyasi district of Jammu Kashmir in Salal Hamena. The area of Jammu and Kashmir is Salal Hamena, which is in Riyasi district. And if you guys will ask me, sir, what is it? My dear, lithium is generally called white gold. It is generally called white gold. And the country in the world which enjoys the largest deposit of lithium is Chile. And if you guys are not aware with this, very recently, 70% of our lithium demand, we are able to complete it by importing from China and Hong Kong. So very recently, India is trying to break out some kind of a South American or lithium triangle. Now you guys will ask me, sir, what is lithium triangle? Very recently, Indians were in talk with the 3 South American countries, which is Chile, Argentina, and Bolivia, which is called CAB. Chile, Argentina, and Bolivia. We were in dialogue with them so that any of these countries, means if any of this country could sell any of the lithium mines, then it would be of great, I would say it would be of great importance for the Indians, because 70% of our demand of lithium is met through imports. So currently India is dependent, but if it is found to be true, then we are not only self-reliant in lithium, but India will be able to export the lithium. And if this news turns out to be true, then we will become the second largest country in the world to have the maximum deposit of lithium after Chile. So our report, what is this report? It is a report of G2 level. If you guys are very well aware of it, the Geological Survey of India is the organization which is responsible for sharing this information with us. And when the GSI explores any area for the mineral, generally, for example, if this is the mineral, this is the real reserve. So this complete area, the inspection which will be done here will be divided into several levels. The first is G1 level. The G1 means just a journal inspection. Then we have the G2 level, which is little prelim, or I would say preliminary level. Then we have the G3 level, and the last level is G4. So with this all kinds of level, with the increasing level, the surety increases. So this news is about the G2 level. We have to wait until unless G3 and G4 news are not out. As of now, these minerals have been found in different districts of 11 states, but the combined strength is very, very low. This is the reason why 70% of our demand is met through imports. What is a lithium? Lithium is just a kind of a element which actually supports so many things like fast charging. It has the ability to means if your battery is built by lithium, then the decay time of your battery will be very, very less. So it is the lightest metal and the lightest solid element at standard conditions. It is alkaline and a rare metal. And it has an atomic number of 3 and an atomic mass of 6.941 U. Lithium is one of the key components of rechargeable batteries for mobile phones, laptops, digital cameras, and now the electric vehicles. And how much important is this? The most important thing here is that by 2030, India has pledged that at least 30% of our complete vehicle will be EVs. They are going to be electric vehicles. This is the reason why it is very, very important for us. Then we have ISRO. ISRO launched its smallest rocket, which is SSLV-D2. The ISRO has launched it from the Satish Dhawan Space Station from Sriharikota, and it will like the ISRO's SSLV-D2 flew into space carrying the 3 satellites. And what are these 3 satellites? One satellite is EOS-7, which is a Chennai-based space startup. Which is EOS-7, which is a satellite of ISRO. Then Azad Sat-2, which is a satellite of Space Kids. And then Janus-1, which is a satellite of Antaris, which is an American company. So as far as the total weight of this is concerned, the total weight is means the capacity, the capability is to cater to launch about 500 kg. And my dear, this ISRO smallest new rocket, it works on the technology on demand. So very, very important. It has successfully placed all of these 3 satellites. And as far as ISRO is concerned, this organization was established in 1969, National Space Agency of India. This is what ISRO is. And ISRO is the National Space Agency of India. It launches its space rockets from Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota, which is an island near the coast of Andhra Pradesh. The headquarters of ISRO is in Bangalore, and the chairman is S. Somnath. Then we have South Africa, which declares the state of disaster over electricity crisis. So recently, the African president, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, declared a state of disaster. Why? Because of the country's power crisis during his annual State of Nation address in the Cape Town. Now, what is that? This is because this follows just 10 months after the COVID-induced state of disaster was lifted. The South Africa is currently facing several issues like power crisis, unemployment, increase in crime and violence. And the president announced that a Ministry of Power would be appointed to deal with the matter more effectively and promptly. As far as South Africa is concerned, President is Cyril Ramaphosa. Capital means the Cape Town is the legislative capital, whereas the Pretoria is the executive capital. And then we have the Bloemfontein, which is the judicial capital. The currency is rand. Then we have digital economy working group meeting of G20, which is going to be held in Lucknow. So India's G20 chairmanship, Vasudev Kutumbakam, the tagline of the G20. Yes, the India G20 chairmanship, the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology will organize the first digital economy working group meeting in Lucknow from February 13th to 15th. The global digital economy is currently estimated as US 11 trillion and is expected to reach US $23 trillion by 2025. And it will play a critical role in shaping the global policy discourse in the digital space, my dear. Then we have the World Radio Day, which is celebrated every year on 13th February. And this year the theme was, that means the day is observed every year. Why? To raise awareness among public and media. The theme for the 12th edition of World Radio Day is Radio and Peace. Very, very important. This is World Radio Day. And the sub-theme was Radio in Conflict Prevention and Peace Building and Support to Independent Radio. It was celebrated by UNESCO, means it was declared by UNESCO, means the 13th February every year will be celebrated as World Radio Day. And the World Radio Day was established as United Nations Radio on this day. Means why 13th February has been chosen, because back in 1946, on 13th February, United Nations Radio was established. This is the reason. Then we have World Unani Day, celebrated every year on 11th of February, whereas the theme is Unani Medicine for Public Health, and it is celebrated on the birth anniversary of Hakim Ajmal Khan, who is the social reformer and the great Indian Unani physician. It originated in ancient Greece. Very, very important. This is 11th February. Then we have International Day for Women and Girls in Science. This is again observed on 11th of February. Again, celebrated jointly by UNESCO and United Nations Women Association, means UNWA. Efforts of Government of India to increase the role of women and girls in the field of science. This is what the theme is. Very important. International Day for Women and Girls in Science. Then we have the World Pulses Day. Every year on 10th of February. Yes. And it was celebrated, means it was celebrated first time in 2016. Later, the UNGA passed a resolution that 10th February 2029 will be observed as World Pulses Day. And since then, the 10th February is fixed for the World Pulses Day. Okay, beta, because earlier than World Pulses Day, it was celebrated as International Pulses Day. So this is everything about the World Pulses Day. The theme is Pulses for a Sustainable Future. And as far as India is concerned, India is the largest producer of pulses, whereas the Rajasthan ranks first in India in production of pulses, and the Indian Institute of Pulses Research, Kanpur, is very, very important. So I think you must have liked my session, and yes, then kindly press the thumbs up button. And on the right side corner, means in the bottom corner, right hand side, you have a subscribe button. If you press it, the color will change. We will not get any benefit, but the only benefit that we will get is that whenever I'll post a video, it will instantly reach to you guys. You will have a notification, and it is just my humble request that if you seriously like my video, then kindly share it as much as possible. And yes, only you guys can. We do everything to make it possible that you should not be facing any question in the examination which you find alien. So we cover each and every current affair just for you guys. And it is just my humble request. If you like my session, if you seriously like the way I'm teaching, if you seriously like the way I'm doing hard work for you, then kindly press the like button. Thank you guys. We'll see you in the next video very soon.